In this video, I want to introduce my favorite app to use ChatGPT and other AI assistants on mobile. Hey, how's it going? My name is Shu. I've been using ChatGPT a lot since it was released. I use it whenever I get a random question, when I'm trying to come up with a good title for YouTube, or even when I'm making a plan for the next trip. You don't get what you're looking for all the time because sometimes its answer can be generic or simply inaccurate, but still, it's a good source of inspiration or a good starting point for your research. But I guess the only thing is that its mobile version is still not great. I know there are a bunch of ChatGPT apps on the App Store, but most of them are not great and make you pay extra for using them. And even if you use the ChatGPT web version, it can be a little slow. By the way, Microsoft recently released a mobile version of the new Bing, which is another AI chatbot using the new GPT-4. So this kind of solved the issue a little bit. It's very helpful because you can ask it anything and it'll give you an answer based on the search results from the internet. Plus, you get to see the references of its answer so you can check its information sources. But still, it does take some time to give you an answer because first it has to read the search results, make sense of them, and then give you an answer. And another thing is that you can only ask it a limited number of questions per a conversation, which is more than enough for most cases, to be honest. But some people might find it insufficient. Also, unlike ChatGPT, you won't be able to see the chat history in Bing. So even if you want to check what you asked or talked about before, you cannot do that. So what would be a proper solution to this? Well, I found a great mobile app for that. But before we get to that, let me quickly tell you about my favorite Chrome extension, AgreeTo, who is kindly sponsoring this video. I found this tool a few months ago and been using it ever since because I love it a lot. It's a huge time saver. Essentially, it's a scheduling tool, but with a twist. Just like other similar tools like Calendly, you can generate booking links and send them to your colleagues or clients so they can schedule a meeting with you in a few seconds. But what makes it different is that it also has an option where it just generates your available time slots in plain text. They are not links. You're probably thinking, why the heck would I want to do that? Well, there are surprisingly many people who find scheduling links annoying or rude. So we could prevent that from happening, especially if you're talking to your boss or important client. Also, I think it's much nicer to propose time slots than just dropping a generic scheduling link, which might come across cold or like too business-like. So AgreeTo is perfect for that. You get to save tons of time while maintaining a personal touch. Also, it's super cheap too. It's completely free for up to 5 uses a week, which is more than enough for me. Then only $4 a month if you want more. If you're curious, you can try it out from the link in the description. You're gonna love it. Alright, let's get back to the main topic. The app I found was made by the same people who made Quora. In case you don't know Quora, it's a super popular platform for asking and answering questions, and the app is called Paul. It's one of my favorite apps now. The interface runs silk smooth. You ask a question and get an answer instantly. In my experience, it feels as fast as the ChatGPT Pro, which costs $20 a month. So I guess this is perfect if you don't feel like paying that much for the ChatGPT Pro plan. Paul is free, at least for now. I don't think it's going to stay that way forever though. Anyway, what I love is that Paul automatically highlights keywords in the answer, so it makes it easier for you to dig deeper into the topic compared to the normal ChatGPT responses. When you click on it, you ask, tell me more about this, and get information about that thing quickly. Plus, the chat history remains here, so you can always go back and check what you asked before. And another awesome thing about Paul is that it has access to Claude, which is a new AI assistant built by former employees of OpenAI. It's been kind of a huge news lately since it can be a serious competitor to ChatGPT. Claude uses a slightly different model than ChatGPT, using an approach called constitutional AI. I won't go into the detail, but overall Claude is considered to be safer because it's more likely to refuse inappropriate requests by users. And in my experience, Claude's response feels more natural and human-like than ChatGPT's. Anyway, right now you can access Claude only on Paul, so that's another reason to try it out. Paul is available on iOS and web. They currently have no native Android app, but you can use its web version on Android. Okay, that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!